Hi everybody, it's Lene. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. I have another quick gift for you. Christmas is getting close, but you still have time to make something handmade. This is just a little pop-up gift card holder. It pops up just like this. There's room in there for multiple items, gift cards, cash, notes. Great little place to write something. You guys, this is so quick and easy to make. You can mass make these for Christmas, and while you're at it, make some for birthdays throughout the year. I'm going to be giving this one away to one of my subscriber friends, so stick around to the end of the video and you're going to learn all the details. So let's get to work. All right, you can see I've got my little pile of scraps and we're definitely going to be using those. Let's take a closer look at this one that I showed you before. Now, what I did was on this one, I put a gift card on the back and a gift card on the front. Now you don't have to do that, but I noticed when it pops, when you open it, you see the back of the first gift card. So you could put a little note in there just to cover the back of it up, because you know it's not very pretty to look at. See my big X on there? That means that's not an active gift card to remind myself. So yeah, this one is really simple to make. I used some 110-pound weight cardstock and also a paper pack called Joyful Christmas 12 by 12 pattern cardstock from paperwishes.com. I'm going to list all of these items down below the video. They're basically in two places. They're in the Paper Wishes supplies and the Amazon supplies. So whenever I refer to something is down below the video, it's in one of those two places. This great little collection of die cuts, I've been using that a couple of times this year and I really love it. Unfortunately, it is sold out by Graphic 45. It's called Deck the Halls and I really enjoy it. But you could use any die cuts that you might have to make these crafts. Use what you have. That's what I'm doing. So on this one, just used the little oval, made sure I had a little greeting, and then added the die cuts. Of course, I had to have a little gingham ribbon. And then this little mechanism right here, so easy to do. This is embarrassingly easy to do, you guys. It's all in the presentation. It's all in the paper that you use and the details, because this part right here is really easy. Let me show you another version. This one I imagine being for anyone who loves nature. It's got a little bit of a masculine vibe, so it'd be great for a birthday. For this one, I used Forest Magic 12 by 12 pattern cardstock from Paper Wishes hot off the press, and also some little Dazzle stickers here. They come in a 3-pack like this for lots of different occasions, and then a little twine is under the paper. On this one, on the back side, I put a little bit of cash, and then a little gift card right there, and then it's got Celebrate in Style, which could be for a lot of different occasions. So yeah, this one I think is really fun. I used a little bit of the Joyful Christmas pattern cardstock on this one as well, just a little bit of that plaid to mix things up. All right, now let's make one of our own. This is so easy. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need is a 4-inch by 8.5-inch strip of paper, and that's not the one. The minute I said that, I'm like, it looks about 4 inches, but it's not 8 inches long. This is the thing I'm gonna write measurements down on. Oh, that's so funny. All right, so this is 4 inches tall and 8.5 inches long. So let's write that down. I have to make sure that my writing paper is smaller next time. So it's 4 by 8.5. And then you're going to score this, all right, just at the halfway point. So that's 4 1/4. And it, I think, helps on this one if you have a little corner rounder like this, but you absolutely do not need to have one. I think it just takes those rough edges down a little bit and just makes it look a little bit more, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. It's just nice. Let's put it that way. All right, so we've got that at 4 1/4 inches, okay? And we're just gonna fold that in half and then give it a quick little extra fold there. And this is the part where having a little corner rounder is nice. And using a really nice heavyweight cardstock, as I said, I'm using 110-pound weight, is, I think, really helpful. It makes it more substantial. maybe that's the word I was looking at. Looking for substantial when you do the corner rounding. All right, so that's our base, you guys. Pretty simple. So now what we're going to do, put this aside for a minute, is I'm going to take some scraps and we're going to be creating a background because I want to, these are all like larger pieces of paper, but we're really going to get scrappy with this one, okay? We're going to be using this one and essentially building something like this, okay? These are 4 inches tall, and then excuse me, they're 4 1/8 inch tall, and then we're going to cut it down. This is 4 inches wide, so we're going to go 3 7/8, and I will write this down. But I just sort of built this so that it would fit that space just out of scrappy pieces, okay? So we can absolutely do this. We do need something that will kind of give you your measurements, and for me, using my paper trimmer was really helpful. If you don't have a paper trimmer, definitely just use a ruler or something like that. So this is what I did. I used the grid on my paper trimmer. I am going to use this one for something else. So let's give you those measurements first. All right, so now we're going to do the patterned paper is going to be 3 7/8 by 4 1/8. So we're just taking off about 1/8 of an inch on the sides. And what I like to do is just first of all cut all of the papers that you want to use down to 4 1/8 inch tall. Okay, so here are some papers that I've already cut down this way. Maybe I'll use that one and this one. So I'm going to use my little grid here to make sure I'm going in the right direction. And I'm just going to add some plaids and some, just to build it out to that 3 inch. No, I want this one on this side. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. Follow along. Talk to yourself too. And then we're going to go all the way to 3 7/8 of an inch. It's right there. And you can absolutely do this on like a craft mat or using a ruler, whatever you have. This is what I have. This is what I'm using. And I'm just building it out just like that. And then I have this other little piece that I could add like right here. All right. And see, we've got a color, we sort of have a color scheme going in here. So I've got some red and I've got the pine and I've got a little bit of black. So it is not too random, right? There is some logic to this. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, once I've kind of got my pattern figured out, I'm going to glue this one to this one, and then we just sort of reassemble it back to that same measurement. The most important part is that it's square. It's like, not square, but it's like got even sides. I think I'm tired. Words are not coming easy today, and I think I'm also getting another cold. There we go. Just like that. All right, now I do need to double check. Okay, so that's 4 1/8 inch by just a little bit shy of what I wanted to do here. So maybe yep, that'll work. Okay. And now that's too wide. I want to get it just right. There we go. Just a little bit of a border there. 3 7/8. And then of course the other thing you can do is trim a little bit off. Okay, I'm trying to get as close as I can. And now I'm going to switch my paper trimmer upside down because I just love having this part on my left. It's just what I do. So I'm just going to trim the tiniest bit off of this side. All right, now let's try it out. Does this fit? It does. That was going to work really nicely. Okay, so I've got one here and one here. One can go on the front and one can go on the back. Which one do we? I think I like this one for the front. And then I'm going to use my little rounder. And then I'm pretty much going to do the same thing on the inside. Now, at this point, there we go. At this point, you can glue a little ribbon on the front and the back right under the paper, or we could do something different. We can do an entirely different closure and we could wrap a ribbon around that way. So we're going to do that this time just to keep it a little different and give you guys some different ideas. Okay, and we're going to put that right there. And the back. The papers look so pretty on the back side too. All right, truly using our scraps on this one. All right, so that's the front. Now I'm going to do just some plain papers on the inside, but you get the idea. You could also use the scraps on the inside as well. All right, here we are. So I've covered the inside. I'm just using these little greetings that came with this paper pack. This is Christmas Cardinals 6x6 pattern cardstock, and it's available at paperwishes.com, and I'll list that down below. But there's always lots in the 6x6 paper pack. You get 4 of these little cutouts. So I like to save them and use them on my gift tags and other things because there's so many. All right, so now we're getting ready to do the little pop-up feature. I'm going to use this piece right here. It's 6 inches long, which is nice because I'm going to need 2 3-inch long pieces. Okay, and they need to be 2 inches tall. Oh, these are 2 inches tall. Great. All right, so for the card holder, you need 3 by 2, and you need 2 of them. And then we're going to score these. I think I'll score them like this. We've got my trees going in this direction, so I think I'm going to use this side so I don't have sideways trees. Okay, like this. All right, now you're going to fold those. If you've ever scored something and you see that the line that's deep, the score line, I like to fold away from that like this because it folds really easily. But in this particular case, I wanted to show you the patterned paper, so we're going to fold it this way. It still works just as well, but normally I like to fold it with the score. All right, so you're going to fold it like this. We're going to be putting them together like this. Yeah, that's how easy it is. Now at this point, you can either leave this straight or we can put a little notch in that. Let's put a little notch in it just to do something different. I'm going to dig in my drawer here and find my circle punch. So this is just a little 1-inch circle punch. The first thing we're going to do is put a little line of glue, just not on the fold, you don't need to do that, just at the top edge and really close to the edge because we want to leave a lot of room in there for the gift card. Okay, and now I'm going to take my little circle punch, turning it upside down, and then I'm just using 1/3 of the punch, and I'm trying to keep equal space between this side and this side. And now you have a little notch. Okay, now we're done with the scoreboard. Ooh, sorry, that was loud. I have to show you guys at the end of the holiday season when I am done filming videos. how insane my craft room looks. I'll take a picture and post it for you guys. All right, so I'm taking that and putting it right in the ditch of the fold right there. So it's going to fold easily, just like this. And I'm going to borrow one of these gift cards. And you could just put that right in here. Ideally, check it out that it's not glued together. Come on. There we go. And you see there's room in here, so you could add other things. You could add like a little scratch a ticket. As I showed you before, you could use cash. You just want to make sure that when you close this, it's not sticking out the top. Okay, so whatever it is you put in there, and to give you an idea, this is probably as tall as you'd want to get. That's 4 inches. All right, and then we'll just go ahead and we'll just leave that in there for now. Okay, and then down here's a nice little place to write a message. And then we're going to close that. I also put a little greeting right here. And I've got some ribbon that is 5/8 of an inch wide. I just got this at the Dollar Tree. And we're just going to get, let's see, probably 18 inches because I want a really nice bow and a nice. So here is your little bow tutorial, okay? First of all, if you're new to doing bows, it's really nice if you have ribbon that doesn't have a pattern on just one side. This is grosgrain ribbon and it's just red all over and it's just really easy to do. Okay, and we're gonna tie it like, just get a nice tie there. I'll make a little bunny loop, wrap around through the hole, just like when you tied your shoes when you were a kid, and pull it, okay? That we're not done with that. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't make a bow, and that's because you give up too soon. Just need to manipulate it. All those pretty bows that you see online, those took multiple tries for sure to get the perfect bow. This one is done using scraps. Okay, it's absolutely possible to hold on to those little Christmas scraps or non-Christmas scraps and do something with them. Okay, so we just pull that off, pop that open, and then on the back side, as I was saying before, covering up just like, you know, the B side of whatever you're putting in there, whether it be a gift card, it has all these words on it. I just made a little tag shape out of one of the leftovers, made sure I had a place to write on the back, and I can just tuck that right in there. So when they open it, it's a nicer look than just what was on the back, for sure. That's it for today. This was a really quick and easy one to put together. And if you haven't watched last week's video where we did something similar with a lip balm book, definitely check that out. I'll link it at the end of the video. So how do we do our giveaway at Lene Creates? We do it every week. You may have noticed when watching that there was a pop-up saying that there was a winner from last week's video. Okay, and then that winner has instructions how to claim their prize. We identify our winners by the YouTube username that we leave, that you guys leave with your comments. So it's definitely important that you know your username so you know if you have won, and watch next week's video to see who the winner is for this one. All you have to do to participate is like, comment, and be a subscriber to Lene Creates. And this time, you guys, I'm going to let the winner have all of these. All 3 of these will be bundled up, sent to them in a little happy mail. Shipping is really expensive, and we keep this absolutely free for our winners. So if you want to support Lene Creates and you enjoy my videos, you might consider doing a buy me a cup of coffee, or it's buy a cup of coffee. Down below the video, there's a link for that, and also a super thanks. It should be right about there. And those 100% of that money goes towards our shipping expenses. We really appreciate it. And also check out my other social media, you guys, because I do new little holiday videos that just things I'm doing with my family, and also little Christmas crafts that I'm making for my friends. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.